All right, this is right hand, lightly row number 3. Um, so I'm going to move my camera again. All right, so number 3 is the line of the song that does not start on A. It starts on E on your second finger. So let me line that up better. Okay. Okay, so there are 5 E's to start. So when I start teaching this to a student, I just have them count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I say up, up. And you can clarify going up by step instead of going up by skip. They might, want that clarification. Usually if I just say up, up, though, they assume that it's a skip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, up. And they start that with finger 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, up. And then you do the same pattern starting with the F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, up. And that's number 3. It's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, up. And notice that those half notes come at the end of the half line and at the end of the line. So there, that's a 2-beat note right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that one's a half note too. And if you look in the book, again, the notes are wrong because we're in D major, but you can see the pattern of quarter notes and half notes. And if you're not familiar with those yet, we will be learning them soon. But the child certainly does not need to know that yet. This is still rote. But you can have, if they're having trouble waiting, you can have them count to 2 when they get there, those kinds of things. Or you can say pause or wait, something like that. Give them a cue. But it's probably just fine, especially if you've been listening to the CD. Again, listening to the CD teaches them the melodies, and if they know the melodies, they're not going to make a mistake with the rhythm. So that's why it's so important, or one of the reasons. Okay, so that is line 3. So I'll just play 1, 2, and 3 all together now. 1, and now line 2. And then line 3. And then line 4 is just the same as line 2, so and then they have the whole song, which is really exciting. So that is lightly row. So now, how do you want to practice it? You want to teach your child to play the entire song, obviously from start to finish, but you also want them to be able to pick out line 1, line 3, line 2, line 4. You want them to be able to start at the beginning of line 4. You want them to have that map in your head. So when you practice it, play what I call the scramble game. You can take some of your alphabet cards, like an A through D, or you can just write numbers 1 through 4 on pieces of paper and put them in a hat. And you pick one out, and let's say they pick number 2. So that means they have to play number 2. So it's a game. Or and then you go through all of them until they've played them all. And if they need assistance, then play it for them, and then they can copy you. And then another variation is you could play one, and they could tell you which one you played. They like that because they like putting their parents on the spot. So, and then a third variation is that you could pull your numbers out of the hat, 1, 2, 3, 4, in whatever order, and set them out on your music stand, you know, one, whatever order they're in, 3, 4, 2, 1, whatever. And then play a Franken song, you know, play it in a mixed up order, see if they can do that. This is a huge memory aid and a huge confidence booster. It's an uncomfortable feeling in the child when they know that they can only start from the beginning. So we want to give them the superpower. So, all right, left hand is the next thing coming up in the sequence. Thanks.